You know the feeling when you go to the gym, you're trying to do a good workout, you're trying to take the weights at the bench, and as you're trying to lift, you just find yourself flat, like you can't even move the muscle, or you just feel like you're not ready. Or you're trying to go to workout, but you don't have the drive at all. You can't even get yourself to the car, can't even get yourself out of bed or out of the couch. Even though you told yourself you will actually crush the workout, you will go that day, but you just feel like you don't want to go. That's a very common feeling people get before workouts because they're tired throughout the day or their willpower drive is very low. And that was me throughout a lot of my workouts where I was very inconsistent and I would use that feeling and not go to workouts. People will say, ignore your feelings and do your workout. That is fine and all, but at some point you want to change that. You want to actually get excited for your workouts. You don't want to feel like a chore. So how do you go about that? And it's not like you're lazy. It's more of a drive issue to go because you want to improve yourself, but your mind is actually stopping. Your mind is saying, don't go. Your mind is trying to protect you. I followed a couple of steps to fix this. Once I fixed it, I felt more charged up to go to my workouts. I felt more easy when working out. I felt more power while working out, trying to push more muscle. And the steps that I took are in follows. Step one, the foundation. This is probably one of the non-negotiables. You probably know about this already, which is sleeping about 7 to 9 hours per day. But the biggest thing here is you want to sleep and wake without an alarm clock if possible. You want to naturally wake up and not have an alarm clock wake you up, because the cortisol of when an alarm goes off, you feel this jet lag, and that's not a good feeling to have, and I hated that feeling. So once I actually started waking up without an alarm clock, it felt different. Like I woke up with a purpose. I woke up feeling stronger. I woke up feeling like my brain is charged up. And if you think about it, what's happening is your brain is actually getting rid of toxins, getting yourself mentally ready. And so when you're about to wake up, you'll see the cortisol spike naturally, and you'll find yourself waking up in hours that is naturally consistent to your circadian rhythm. It makes a powerful effect where you feel more recharged. Your mind is more focused. You have greater willpower, which translates into going to the gym later in the day. Step two, use strategic supplements. Once you have your sleep dialed in, the biggest thing you can do is take supplements that increase your workout. The best advice that I can tell you is start taking caffeine, or caffeine tablets particularly. The caffeine tablet that I took, it's about 200 milligrams of caffeine per tablet, and it is one of the biggest game changers. It makes me more charged up and ready to go for my workouts. I usually work out around 6 p.m. and that's usually almost end of the day and I'm almost tired. The caffeine gives me a pick me up. 200 milligrams, about 2 cups of coffee. You might see people taking pre-workout supplements. I don't recommend them because they have a lot more harsher chemicals, and the main ingredient in all of them is caffeine to begin with. So you rather take clean caffeine. Like a caffeine pill is probably one of the easiest way to take it. If you want to take a drink, a coffee itself, it's about 2 cups of coffee. But if you're a beginner, I would recommend maybe taking milligrams of caffeine, which is about half of the tablet that I take. And you could find this on Amazon, or you could take 1 cup of coffee. But I found that coffee doesn't always necessarily work with me, and it might be inconsistent in terms of dosing. You might ask, what if I can't sleep after I take caffeine? I can't really have a good night's sleep, which is normal. It's a great point to have, and that's something that I used to struggle with as well. So you want to pair caffeine with L-theanine, and you can take caffeine and L-theanine together, or you can take L-theanine after your workout. L-theanine is basically this supplement that makes you calmer yet focused, and that calmness will get you to fall asleep when you do want to fall asleep. The dosing you want to take is 1:1. So if you take 100 milligrams of caffeine, you could take 100 milligrams of. And people also mix and match with 2:1, like 200 milligrams of caffeine and then 100 milligrams of L-theanine. See what works for you, but you will definitely see an impact where the L-theanine kind of wears off the caffeine and makes you more focused yet relaxed. And that's what is going to make you fall asleep. And the other thing is, at night, before going to bed, you should take magnesium glycinate, which will actually help relax your muscles, actually get you to have a much more restful sleep itself. But caffeine is probably one of the biggest things that I can talk about. It just makes you feel more recharged. Your body is gonna thank you, and it's not something that you should shy away from. Like people say that people who take caffeine actually end up living longer. There's a lot of antioxidant in caffeine itself, and if you go to any liver doctor, they'll actually recommend you take caffeine itself. The second supplement that I recommend taking is creatine. You want to take about 5 grams of creatine every day. You can buy the creatine powder itself. It's one of the most researched supplements out in the market and it is perfectly safe. And the way it works is it increases your ATP production by your mitochondria, which is what gives you energy. You will find that your workouts are far easier. You're well able to push more weight. You have to drink more water. That water will get your muscles more pumped up and it makes you feel more recharged and powerful. Once you take creatine, you realize, why haven't I been taking this all this time? And it is perfectly take every day. I usually take it before my workout. So I take about 5 grams. I dry scoop it, but you could take it with water with some sort of drink. They say not to pair it with coffee, the hot water, and kind of remove some of the effects of the creatine. But it's something that people can't stop talking about. You will find this all over online and social media. People really like creatine, and there's a reason for it because it actually works on improving your mitochondria function, which improves your brain as well. You feel better focus and able to grasp certain things faster. Overall, I will say creatine is probably one of the biggest things you can take as a pre-workout. You could also take it in the morning or after your workout, but I recommend taking before your workout, and the second tier will be in the morning. And the third tier, if you can't take it in the morning or before your workout, probably after your workout. Before your workout has the biggest bang for your buck. The third supplement that I recommend is Shilajit. Shilajit is going viral all over social media. People talk about the benefits of it in terms of boosting your testosterone. Shilajit is an ancient formed from the rocks of the Himalayas. It has a fulvic acid and a lot of minerals, which increase your testosterone by about 20%, which is a lot. And when I take it with my coffee in the morning, you feel more charged up, like there's an energy about you and you can actually do something about it with that energy. You can use that energy to do productive work. You can use that energy to actually go to the gym. I usually take it either in the morning with my coffee or before my workout. When I take it before my workout, if I already have caffeine, I add it to warm water, lemon and honey to diffuse bitterness. It is very bitter, but you will get used to it. A lot of people just take it directly. And it's a very pea-sized amount. It's nothing crazy. You just take a bit of it and it will give you that charged up feeling and make you feel far stronger. And as a man, if you increase your testosterone, you feel a lot more live. People do all sorts of chemicals, but this is something natural and this is something you can take which will give you a lot more power. The fourth thing that I would recommend in terms of a supplement is have some sort of pre-workout snack, some sort of carb. I recommend eating 1 banana and about 3 to 4 dates. Dates really give you that high energy feeling to get you pumped up for your workouts. You just want to do something that's clean, that actually gets you going, and you'll find that dates really give you that energy or pick-me-up boost, and that's something that I highly recommend. Step 3, set your intention. You ever go to a workout and you feel like it's a chore? Like you have everything, you have the caffeine, you have all the willpower, but you're just not enjoying it or you don't know your why. A lot of times, if you don't know why you're doing something, you might not like doing it or you're just doing it as a chore or someone else told you so. But if you pair your workout with an intention as to why you're doing it, and we all know why deep down we're doing it. For people, it could be increased status because of lifting weights, losing weight, or increasing muscle. You look good, feel better, and that translates into increasing your status, finding like spouse, better partner, or just showing up towards your family better. All of these translates into a why. Or it could be like you want to crush your competition in business, finance, or anything of that nature. We all know your physical self also affects your mental and everything in life. And you train yourself to crush your competition, get better relationships. You want to set the intention and use whatever you can as fuel. That will translate into you having your workouts and feeling it like a reason for you doing this and not that as a chore. To recap, you want to master your sleep, use strategic fuel, and set an intention for your workouts. All those things combined will actually give you one of the most powerful workouts you do. And you might not be able to do all of them together. Pick one of them at a time. And if you had to pick one to start with, I recommend doing the caffeine. And I recommend taking 200 milligrams of caffeine. And if you can't sleep, like pair it with L-theanine and magnesium. Magnesium glycinate is something you should be taking every day to begin with. But that's my highest level advice. If you have any other things you're struggling with, feel free to reach out and comment below. Just to recap, the protocol is mastering your sleep, using strategic supplements, supplements and setting an intention in terms of why you're doing your workouts, all these will supercharge your workouts and make you want to go to the gym every day. And you might not be able to do all these things. So pick one that you're struggling with the most. I recommend either fixing your sleep or taking the caffeine. Those will have the highest impact. And let me know if you need any other help. Cheers.